Thanks for tapping in with 95 South TV, hosted by Ikone and King Jacob, bringing you the best news and media through the efforts of the community. We interview nonprofit organizations, business owners, school teachers, spiritual leaders, and anybody who has an impact in the community that has a remarkable backstory. These professionals that we bring on this show has a story that will wow you, that will knock your socks off. And with that being said, we want you to tune in, keep it locked. We want you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Be a dedicated listener. Come in, and if you require to do an interview, you can definitely reach out to us at 95southpodcast@gmail.com.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. And we're here on 95 South TV once again. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity because without Him, it would be no us. You know what I'm saying? So, first and foremost, secondly, I want to introduce my right hand man, the baby mama's favorite host. You know what I'm saying? None other than King Jacob. What's going on, brother?
What up, man? What up, man? Glad to be in the land of the living, bro. Another day to get it right.
Okay, so we got another brother on us tonight, you know what I'm saying, part of the Block Runners entertainment team, you know what I'm saying, one of the tour DJs, one of the greatest DJs on Earthisis. We got our man Ace Grind in the building. DJ Ace Grind, what's going on, brother?
Yo,
On
man.
purposes.
On Earthisis. You good? Can you hear us? I think his volume might be off or something. If you think trying to get his volume right. Hey, but before we get started, I want to say rest in peace to Coach Bean out there at Laney College. He actually was one of the coaches for the Last Chance U football team. He got shot and killed
Mm.
earlier this week on campus. I don't know if you heard about that, Jacob, but
Yeah, I think
he got,
my mom was just saying something about that.
okay, yeah, he got shot and killed earlier. They don't know the motive behind it yet, or whatever. But he think he was after the athletic director for the girls basketball team or something like that for the
Mm,
campus.
man.
But yeah, so rest in peace and condolences to him and his family. So why let me see something. Hold on. I'm trying to send. I don't know. Go
Let
back
me.
out. Go out and come back in, Grind. You might have to go out and come back in. I don't know if you can hear me, but you might have to go back out and come back in. But anyway, we gonna get while he fixing his stuff. And I might have to take him out. 'Cause I don't think he can hear me. I'm gonna remove him from the stage and have him come. See something. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Can you hear us now? Still can't. He don't know what he got going on. He must got that. He must got that. Oh, that first Android phone. Um, but anyway, we go while he fixing that. We gonna get into some music talk. We gonna get into some, some entertainment, some hip hop stuff. So y'all let you get started, Jacob. What you want to talk about when it comes to
Well,
all that?
Mm.
it's been 35 years since hip hop had a top 40 song.
Hmm.
Why is that? What changed with the culture? You know what I mean? And why are the legendary artists
You breaking up?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I
I can hear you.
said we had a hit record. Well, when we had a top 40 record in the hip hop culture in 35 years. And why
Hmm.
are the legendary artists disappointed with the hip hop culture so much nowadays?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Shoot. I mean, to be honest with you, I just believe it's because we have allowed it. You know what I'm saying? We've allowed bad music to come into our ecosystem, and we haven't had any standard. We have whether it's the record labels, whether it's the fans, we haven't required a standard for music over the last 20 years, or probably about 10 or 15 years. used to be a standard. Used to be like, in the 80s and 90s, you couldn't sound like nobody else. You know what I'm saying? In the 80s and 90s, you couldn't sound like Big Daddy Kane. You couldn't sound like Rakim. You couldn't sound like Heavy D, LL. You know what I'm saying? So, but in this day and time, we allow anything and we allow anybody to sound like everybody else and think that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Grind, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now. So yeah, so that's why we haven't gotten the top. We haven't, and the thing about it is, I believe at this point, I don't really believe the record labels care to have a top 40 hit in R&B and hip hop because they've gone back to the old ways of doing music. They've gone back to the country. They've gone back to the rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Southern soul is starting to get catch steam, so they don't really care about R&B and hip hop anymore. You notice R&B being kind of died off. You know what I mean? Years ago, when it comes to like being like one of the more popular music, especially the way we grew up listening to R&B. It's been done died off. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You know
yeah,
what I mean? I put it to you like this, and I just thought about this before we came on, and I let Grind or one of y'all jump in. I remember I was talking to somebody that was in the industry years ago, and we was trying to get placement. This was probably about maybe about 15, 10 years ago, 10 to 12 years ago, and they didn't really want to push your traditional ballad R&B. They didn't want to take it to the labels. They was like, we only looking for like up tempo, popish type R&B. You know what I'm saying? More on the pop side than the R&B side. So they already was transitioning 12, 13 years ago from the what we used to now to the more of the Rihanna, Chris Brown style of R&B 10,
right,
12 years ago. You know
right.
what I'm
Um,
saying?
even if you go to like record pools and like this one pool I go to promo pools, so our promo only. I seen years ago that it was mostly Latin pop. Uh, every blue moon you could scroll down there, you see R&B and hip hop definitely fell off the charts compared to when I first got with the record pool. So it's just like you could tell the resistance of music was definitely changing, and that was a long time ago. And I said years ago, I said, "Man, this music's about to change." And as soon as Latin came through, Afro beats came through, and which is almost the same beat tempo, same style of music, just different words. So yeah, it's definitely changing now. As far as hip hop, it's like okay, who do they want to come through the charts, or who do we want on the top charts? And if you answer that and think about it, there's really not many people that these I'm not gonna say deserve because some people grind hard than other that are on the top charts. R&B too. R&B has fell off, but it's a lot of Southern soul and a lot has taken place for the R&B.
Mhm. Mhm. So turn your volume up, Jacob. Turn your volume on. You got look like your mic is off.
My bad, bro. My bad. My bad. My bad. So let me say this, bro. Hip hop, the culture. I'm I'm going to say this right here. Gangster rap had something to do with killing the essence of hip hop.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
You know, when NWA came out with F the Police and Express Yourself and all that, man, I heard Big Daddy Kane say that a lot of hip hop artists couldn't really sell records anymore when the gangster rap came out. You know what I mean? And a lot of then you went from gangster, then you went to trap, and I think Jeezy and
Mm,
Ti and Gucci Man and Rick Ross been trapped enough for everybody for the last 112 years. So every time I hear a trap song, I be like, you know what I'm saying? So how do we get the essence of hip hop back? So the culture has shifted into teeny bopper, microwavable music, oodles and noodles, chicken pot pie. You know what I mean? Uh, uh, so,
Yeah.
so, how do we get these cats to stop rapping about Chinese food?
He said stop right about Chinese food.
And then
Oh,
it went
that,
mute again. It's like I can't hear. I can't
uh,
hear again.
you said you can't hear?
All our mics are on though.
You can't hear us? You can't hear me? Yeah, well, yeah, but I would say that's a real good question, Jacob. That's a real good question because every time we think that we about to get back to some real music, some real hip hop, it seems like that's not what the people want. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know what they really want. You know what I mean anymore because when you say because the thing about it is like we do the live every night. And when a rapper raps or they hear a rapper rap, they'll say, "Oh, you sound old school the way you rap." They don't even listen to the lyrics. Now it's your cadence, and if your cadence is not like mumble rap cadence, these new kids don't like it. So it's just like how do we get back to because I appreciate Nas all day and the whole mass appeal thing. Appreciate it all day. But at the end of the day, people not really gonna buy our era is gonna buy Nas. We'll buy Mobb Deep. We'll buy all that. But the people that actually buy that's into that, the younger crowd, they're not gonna really get behind like that. So even Cool G Rap and Nas supposed to be coming out with an album together.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And but people not gonna get behind that. You know what I'm saying? Not in the essence of the music world and the industry. The industry not gonna get behind Nas and what he doing because if they was gonna really go get behind Nas, then Nas wouldn't have to do it the way he doing it. You know what I'm saying? If Warner Brothers or Interscope or one of these big labels will put a big machine behind Nas in this whole movement, it'd be different. But they're not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice. Yeah, cause there's somebody I was talking to. They was talking about Ghostface Killer, and how this album just disappeared after like the first 2 weeks or whatever, and they so-called blamed it on his son reply and killed his album. But you're right. They don't want no big machine behind older hip hop.
mhm.
Going back to like he was saying, this they had to make a big shift. Like you said, Big Daddy Kane and all them. And when that gangster rap came out, it was hard for them to remove or make moves differently, rather. Um,
Mhm.
the same thing now. Same thing as if you listen to wherever you're at locally, they're predominantly probably carrying on whatever the industry is, on whatever style it is. There's really no originality in hip hop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You,
No,
you,
no.
you, you, you know, man. Now this ain't this ain't got nothing to do with hip hop, but I'm just gonna put the politics in the music industry as a whole.
Okay.
Now, Boots on the Ground was the biggest song ever for 2025.
Right.
And and so now it's a so since the white lady said the Grammys, she said it's some nonsense. She said they already know for if something happened in 2025, they already the pick at the end of 2024 who they want to win for the next Grammy year. You know what I'm saying? So I looked up the charts on Boots on the Ground, man. AO3 first song. It was the number one song in the country for 47 weeks.
Mm,
On
47.
the on the urban 100 on the indie charts and on the dance charts.
Mm.
So there's three different charts, and he didn't get nominated.
Oh,
Now
Broke
you know it's funny because
broke.
Tamika told me to ask you about that too. Tamika told me to ask us to talk about that too. But go ahead.
Well, this
Broke barriers on. Okay, let me let me give you what shows he was on. Um, it was on Good Morning America. He was on Jennifer Hudson. He was on the Kiki Shepard show. He was on the Tamara Hall show. He was on WI's 10 News in Carolinas. He was on the Breakfast Club.
mm,
Um, did a one-on-one interview with Charlamagne the God. Um, got licensed by ESPN.
mm,
Um, got licensed by HBO. Um, and the list goes on, man. That's just to throw some barriers that he independent artist that was not signed with a record label. You know what I mean? He had a
yeah,
team, but his team is independently. But no Warner, no Sony, no Universal, no Interscope, no none of that. And so I say that he has turned down some people. And when you turn down some people,
mm,
now the producer that produced Poops on the Ground, T Wizard, out of Aiken, South Carolina, he signed a major deal with Sony, a
Mm-hmm.
production deal.
mm,
But I'm pretty sure that they tried to get 803 Fresh to sign some type of deal. But I'm pretty sure they wanted
Joe,
him to sign the deal. They wanted him to sign the deal, but didn't want his team to go nowhere with him. And so with him saying no, I believe they blocked this young man from even being nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
I
Give
wouldn't
me
doubt.
y'all thoughts. Give me y'all thoughts.
I
I mean,
mean, yeah, I mean, go ahead, Brian.
I would not doubt that. But I wish I would have forwarded this interview to you. And it was somebody that worked with the Grammys, and she was like, "People just don't win." She basically said the Grammys is a cheat sheet. She gave out the secret of the Grammys. So whoever wins
I
is
see.
not.
Yeah, we seen it. We seen it.
Yeah, we seen it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you already know. Yeah. So I was like, but yeah, I don't wouldn't doubt that either. They both of them situations. I would not doubt that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing.
So
So
so so listen. Now I remember this. You remember when Jasmine Sullivan said, "I bust the windows out your car." It was the biggest song in the world.
Yeah.
When she
Yeah.
had
mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
song, I'm not afraid of lion, tigers, and bears. It was the biggest song in the world. When Ella
Mm-hmm.
May booed up, didn't receive a Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's several songs that didn't receive Grammys. And so that just makes me think. I know her have won several Grammys, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that particular year, her song wasn't biggest of Chrisette Michelle or biggest Jasmine Sullivan. It definitely wasn't big as Element.
Yeah.
One nowhere near.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Cause
the
that song so big, even Plies did a remix to it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They even did a remix to that joint and whatever, and when it made it even bigger. So I just think that the industry did think about it now. They just got rid of the hip hop awards and the Soul Train awards. That was by design. That wasn't by accident. You know what I mean? Because they already stopped promoting the Soul Train awards. Do you? I bet you have most people don't even know when the Soul Train awards usually come on. But when American Music Awards come out, when the Country Awards come on, when the Grammys come on, they promote that 2 3 months in advance. But
yeah,
you might hear the day before or the day of or a couple of days before when the Soul Train Awards supposed to come on. But you don't know when the Soul Train come on. So I bet you when they took the Soul Train Awards off trying to blame it on ratings because y'all don't promote it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
saying? And the hip hop awards, basically, you know what I'm saying, they got rid of that this year. So we killing our own culture by allowing them to take the stuff away from us. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Or whatever.
We need
That-
our own awards. Period.
but let me say this: when Bob Johnson sold BET to Viacom,
Hmm.
In my mind, I said, "Oh, it's just a matter of time, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a matter of time." You know. And
Hmm.
then my thing is, why do we always sell something that we worked for so hard? It's something that our people that look like us is depending on.
Hmm.
People
Yep.
look forward to they
They,
people look forward to that.
yeah,
Hmm.
when they sold verses and they fought to get it back.
You
Oh,
said they sold verses already?
They sold verses a long time ago, but they didn't pay them, so they went to court. So I'm not. I'm wondering if they got it back since they did that last battle.
They
oh
ain't
yeah, yeah,
selling
yeah.
them themselves.
So it is. It's back. Timberland and Swiss Beats on verses.
Yeah.
But why would they sell it in the first place? You only had it. You only had it for like a year. So you know what I mean. So that just let me know that was a money grab. You know what I mean? For you to sell something that quick. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you didn't sell it to another black person. That let me know that was just a money grab if you sold it that quick. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You know, so you didn't even let it build up. You didn't
Yeah.
even let it really grow no real momentum. You
Yeah.
know.
So I got two hip hop heads on here. I got two hip hop heads on here. So it's been announced today that the next versus battle that we gonna see, Lil Wayne versus Jay Z.
Jay
And your
Z.
thoughts on that?
Lil Wayne versus Tip,
No, Jay Z.
Jay
Jay
Z.
Z. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Jigga.
well,
The camera off the cigarette box. Yeah, that man.
I think it would be a good
well.
battle for the culture.
This is my problem with the culture right now, especially the younger generation.
Right.
They basically been dogging out Jay Z like Jay Z was never relevant or he can't rap, which is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. Because I said, if you listen to 444, his last album, he dropped so many jewels in there, so many things about life and how to move, how to move like a brand, how to move like a company. But being that he got away from the drug dealing talk and the street
Mm-hmm.
talk, that this generation don't look at him. They look at him as some OG that's just rapping and basically can't rap. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
listen. You know I done had people tell me that Nas can't rap.
And I would have stopped talking to him right then. I would have been like, we ain't
The
got nothing to talk
the
about.
the younger generation says that the surprisingly, this is what's ironic to me. The only one young people that I've talked to, man, the only one that they love out of people that I just named is this guy right here. And I ain't just name I'm about to name him now. For some reason they don't like Jada Kiss. No, for some reason they don't like Jay-Z. They don't like Nas, but they love Jada Kiss.
Well, Jadakiss, he same as
Why
E40
why
and
why what
Jadakiss. They both have rebranded
but
themselves
why
so well.
man,
I,
but
I,
I'm talking about I'm talking about young kids that's from 17 to 27.
you know why?
They love
Because
they love Jada Kiss.
this generation is not in love with the hip hop part of it. Their love not the rap part. They love with the swagger part or the what that comes with. They're not they so you got to think Nas don't really have a personality. Like when you watch him on interviews or talking, Jay Z is real monotone when he talks. So but Jadakiss has like that voice and he's real charismatic. So that's what these kids into. They more into the person, not the music. You feel what I'm saying?
Like like
Yeah,
somebody told me Ice Grinds that little baby rap better than JID. What?
who? Rap better than
Yeah.
who?
But once again, JID. If you don't know who JID is
I
as a
know who
hip hop
JID
head, you don't know who
is.
JID is.
I know who
JID
JID is.
is one of those rappers in Atlanta. He's probably the most underrated rapper out of the South because you don't
JID,
know nothing about him other than when you hear him on a record every now and then.
he can
You know what
flow
I'm
though.
saying? Now, and that's probably kind of his fault too, because JID don't promote himself enough and market himself enough as a brand. Feel what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. You
He don't
can't
like
just
the me.
always blame it on.
He
Yeah.
he don't like the
JID,
me at all, man. He
Yeah.
he's just one of them cats that know he got skills, know he got talent, and bar for bar, like like. Like I think JID need to kind of talk to like I've been listening to Joey Badass for a long time, bro. But 50
Joey.
Cent taught 50 Cent taught Joey Badass how to rebrand himself.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean? And now you can tell the difference.
the problem is with him is that when he rebranded himself as a TV star. So when he went back to music, these kids think you can't do both. Oh, if you are a TV star, a movie star, you can't be a rapper because it's corny. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
you ain't lying about that, Icon, because these kids be like LL was a rapper. I didn't know Method Man. I didn't know Method Man could rap.
So,
What? What?
That's a man's cold. JID's cold. But this, out of all the rappers we done named, and he's probably what I'm about to say is one of the top MC, well, I ain't gonna say MCs, but artists of this generation. Besides Jada Kids, who do you see doing the project with Young and NBA? Aren't
You
you
said
gonna say
who?
Young Young NBA young boy?
yeah. You
Young,
said what about him
Young Boy
now?
NBA?
Yeah, so who out of all the old school artists, who do you see doing a song or a project with him besides Jada Kids?
Out of the old school artists. I mean, I think Nas would do something with him because Nas, he at one time Nas was really doing stuff with them cats that was running around with Pop Smoke and them. He did on that one album. He did a few joints with them. So I think Nas.
Hey, so, I'm gonna say this, man. You know who was one of my favorite dudes? And Icon, you gonna think I'm weird when I say this, man. And man, I used to sit there and listen to his music. I found him on SoundCloud way back in the day, man. This one he was about 14, but man, I was a big fan of XX Tentacion.
Oh yeah,
Man,
I think
yeah,
you
listen,
told me
man.
that before.
Man,
man.
listen, bro. Listen, man, listen. These kids is weird, but how he kind of told people that what y'all did to the youth. Because most of my generation pop pills and commit suicide. You know what I mean? Like he had a message, man. Like a real message that you would hear a young person talk about, man. He talked about anxiety and depression a lot. He talked about, how children get PTSD after a divorce. You know what I mean? And I just thought it was dope, man. So, but NBA YoungBoy is these kids Tupac. Like I can always say, man, he these
Yep.
kids Tupac. You know what I mean? You can't tell these
Yeah,
kids nothing about NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy, Rod Wave, Big X the plug. These kids will fight you about them, bro.
yeah.
Big
You know,
Big extra plus. He got some gems, but not every gem I agree with.
yeah,
That.
yeah. It's crazy because NBA YoungBoy and maybe like Tech Nine is probably the only two rappers that's as big as they are, and don't really have no kind of like radio like radio like spins or nothing like that, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're probably the only two rappers I know that's as big as they are that don't have no kind of radio motion.
and Tech
You know what
I'm
I
gonna
Nine
mean?
tell you somebody else
rock
that's a pretty big artist. If you don't listen to him, you would know it. But he always overseas and always on tour. This dude called Boogie with the Hoodie.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about out of New York.
Yeah, yeah. He he he
Yeah,
he
I'm
he,
talking
he,
about.
he big in
he, he
what's
got
his
he got
name? Um what's his name?
he did that
JD.
20.
It's his dude from Chicago. He's more like an intellectual rapper. His name is JD, the Chicago Kid.
Okay, yeah,
B,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
BJ, the Chicago
DJ
kid.
Chicago Kid. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
man, he
Yeah,
do man. He get money, man. He get money.
he had a
But
couple placements on the Shy that the show to come on, and BJ got some music out there. He's mostly R&B, but he's cold with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just like just like as many records as Chance the Rapper has sold, these kids will tell you quick, man, he whack. They say that all the time to me. They be like, Chance the who? What?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but I said, man, but one thing about it, man, he knew how to market himself, and he did it without saying a lot of cuss words. You know what I mean? He don't really curse
Yeah,
in his music at all. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so I think with the suburban communities, that's why white people don't mind their kids listening to him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
mm,
But so I could do you think people like Chance the Rapper, VJ Chicago Kid, Logic, um, JID, do you think that Tyler the Creator, do you think people like that is like, I feel like people tell me I'm wrong for saying Tyler the Creator overlooked. I say, man, he must got a target market audience, like a
yeah,
cult following,
Yeah, he
because
does.
I don't never hear them play him on the radio, but next time you look up, he's winning another Grammy.
Yeah, and he's on a lot of like what you would call like suburban type stuff, like with MTV or Nickelodeon, or he'll pop up on one of their awards or something like that. You know what I mean? Like the Nickelodeon Awards, whatever they call it, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean, or something in that whole world over there. He'll be on their stuff, but he's not
I
really in the black
he ain't
community
gonna win.
like
He
that.
ain't gonna win in the urban.
No, no.
call I call Tyler the Creator the Backstreet Boys of rap.
He used to be in the
Uh,
group. I forgot the name of the group.
But what was that
Yeah, man,
artist that
cause
last year won the iconic awards or whatever on the BT Awards? And I thought it was crazy because he only been around for maybe like 10 years. And I said, hold on, all these old school rappers that ain't won yet, that y'all ain't nominated, and y'all put him up for it. I forgot that rapper name. I have to ask my son about it. But I was mad about that. I was like, he ain't even really. I said he
Yeah,
big, but he shouldn't already be nominated for like something like something where iconic awards where you still got rappers from the 80s and 90s that
yeah.
still ain't been nominated for them WAP awards, and he only been out maybe about 10 years.
I can't,
Yeah.
and I still can't for the life of me. Can somebody explain to me how Macklemore won a Grammy? I just don't understand it. I know this happened some time ago, but I don't understand it.
Uh,
I know he had a house single at the time, and this is what it
He
is, man.
man,
I
man,
don't.
he had a single about shopping at the thrift store.
Yeah, it was. It tell you,
yeah.
you. It tell you we be overthinking when we
Well,
name
this what you got
songs.
to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself what label was he signed with? That's what you got to ask yourself. Cause we,
Man,
cause we
I
was
know, I know he was signed with.
oh,
We played checkers records.
well, we play Checkers Records is probably what got them nominated, but we know these big major machines when they get behind
That's
these artists. Cause look at like that. I stopped taking the Grammys anywhere seriously when they gave when they gave was it what my Beyonce country album of the year. When they did that,
And
I
people,
said, you know what, I'm good. I'm good.
I
You
can't
can't take
I can't. I ain't gonna even hold you. I listened to three catalogs on Friday, man. I listened to Soleil's.
mhm.
I listened to both of Will Smith kids catalog,
okay.
and I was blown away, bro.
How good they were.
I was blown away how good Jada and his sister is, man.
And Jada,
Uh-huh.
And like when I tell you on a level of putting some intellect on a project, bro, and really
mhm.
talking about something with substance, and how Will Smith's daughter sing with substance. Like I was
Hmm.
blown away, bro. I was blown away, bro. I was like, I don't never hear them on the radio, bro. And,
Mm-mm.
and, and bro, I ain't even never seen. either of them nominated for anything.
Nah.
because it's a gift and a curse to be somebody's child. We see it in sports and we see it in music. What they name one? Well, you might can name one, but name five kid artists that their parents were huge stars, whatever they did, whether they did music, television, or movies, where their kids end up becoming mega stars. You
Drake.
can't really name that many. Lenny Kravitz was one. You
Drake.
know what I'm saying? Because his mama being on on the Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one. But you can't really name a whole lot of kids who came Natalie Cole behind her dad. That's
Mm.
about it. But you can't really name a whole
Uh,
lot of
uh, Natalie Cole. So if we want to go white, we can name Jesse McCarty, which is the son of Paul McCarty. He's a
well,
huge pop star, world renowned pop star. Um, hmm.
and what's the name of the girl that played on the Nickelodeon stuff? Her dad was a country star. Um, the one that did the song with Juicy J. Uh,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember her name.
Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus.
Molly
yeah,
Cyrus,
my
yeah, Hannah
God.
Montana, the Hannah Montana chick, Molly Cyrus. So,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
can't really name a bunch of kids, and a lot of these kids, like I ain't gonna front. As crazy as King is, King got some skills about him. He got some. Yeah, I
Now,
seen that video he did. I said, okay, King got something about him.
now, now I can check this out. You remember the dude that was the lead singer from the Backstreet Boys, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
AJ.
Mm-hmm.
AJ's son is talented, right? They won't even give him a record deal, bro.
Dude, look at Wanye. Is it Wanye's
Hey,
son?
what you got about to say
Yeah.
is one more? They
Yeah.
but they signed
I,
with Mary J. Blige, I believe.
and you don't even hear
Yeah.
you don't really hear nothing from them about them. And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they
And
did.
they
They did a few singles that did motion, but I don't know even know if they did videos for them. They just
well, so but if you got parents like that, you should be mega stars. You should be big because you already got them supposed to have the resource of the machine behind you. So if you
yeah.
got talent at all, it shouldn't be that hard for you to take off. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Man, I said to myself that boy, I'm gonna go check out a old boy AJ from the Backstreet Boys. I'm gonna check out his son's Instagram. Don't be surprised you see him on the block. Oh, you know
Yeah.
how I do, our son. You know
Hey,
how I do.
bring them,
You
bring
know
them.
how I
Bring
do.
them. I told
Hey,
hey,
we talk about Dirty might need security. They gonna have to get security for the whole block because they gonna be so scared of us. They might try to assassinate us one by one. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna be so scared and mad with the block here the next year or two. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna know what to do with us. They gonna be like, who are these Negroes that they came out of nowhere? Because they so used to the black labels doing hood music, doing streets, doing strip club, doing street stuff. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Now
yeah,
you get a label that's gonna tap into real music and get away from all the negativity. They ain't gonna like that.
and could
You
do
know what I'm saying?
corporate
Because if
yeah,
you really look at it, Birdman and all them, I love them to death. I love what they done. But they fall right into the trap of what the big dogs want you to do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a black label. Because think about it, Birdman's still almost 60 years old talking about how he created bling bling and he created all this flashy stuff. Bruh, you 60 years old, that's your claim to fame? At least Master P is talking about entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about Master P's acceleration of his. Birdman's still in that same hip hop, thinking he that old nigga in the club, where Master P has elevated to actual businesses.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
Birdman gonna be 182 years old, still drinking lean.
yeah.
Hey, so me, hey,
He
if
may
this
be
nigga been
he'll be on the
102
valley
cents,
too.
I think lean, he deserve it. Cause you drink lean that long, you deserve it. You deserve to live that long. You drink lean that damn long. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause most people that drink lean,
Oh,
boy, they look like Lil Wayne, boy. They like they face all sunk in and you know what I'm saying, looking
hey,
crazy.
hey, boy, I'm really praying for Wayne, man. I'm sorry, man. scared for him, bro. For real, man. I am,
Mhm.
bro. I'm scared for Wayne, man.
Yeah.
When I got
Wayne look
seizures,
bad, man.
too, it's,
Yeah,
man, it's hard.
it's
It's
crazy,
hard.
man.
But bro, they
Yeah,
put
so
him in
like I said,
the
I don't know what we can do. All we can do is try to push the envelope ourselves. Because me and Jacob, you know
Yeah,
how we are. We always say if we see something broke, we just try to come in and fix it ourselves. That's why we started podcasting. That's why we started our own radio station. You know what I'm saying? That's why we trying to, do what we can with this movement with blocks to try to find the right artists and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And build from there because at the end of the day, that's all we can do is do our part. Because we don't be honest with you, we don't know how to fix it because all we can do is try to grab the most talent we can and do whatever we can and throw it against the wall and hope somebody be like, oh, we didn't see that. Oh, we like that. You know what I'm saying? And instead of
okay.
force feed them with what we want to force feed them with, because that's
yeah.
basically what it boils down to. You got to force feed them something and put it like Dirty say, put it in their face so much like they the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, put like DJ Khaled. You know what I'm saying? Force feed them so much where by the time they get tired of us, it's 10, 15, 20 years down the road before they even think about getting tired of us. And, you know what I mean? So that's what
All,
Drake did. That's what Lil
Yeah.
Wayne did.
all
Drake and
I,
Lil Wayne force
all,
fed you music.
all, all I know that DJ Khaled said we the best 2.2 million times, and Lil Jon said yeah 5.4 million times, and both of them got rich.
Oh yeah, because they probably, you know what they probably did? They probably branded and marketed that and trademarked. That's what I need to do. I need to I need to go ahead and trademark this Icon E. So I start saying it so much every time if somebody else say it, okay, they're gonna be in there they go a check. They go. I don't know if you get a check for when you pay it yourself when you trademark it, but if I can get a check for me just saying it, I'm gonna say it so damn much y'all gonna get tired of me saying
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I feel it, man. So, man, fellas, this has been a great show, though.
it. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, man. I appreciate you coming on Ace Grind.
No
Giving us your
problem.
time tonight or whatever. We always enjoy when you come on and give us your musical expertise, and we better chop it up about different stuff like this all the time. We got to have more of these conversations, so we got to definitely get up. Cause I was telling Jacob before we leave, I was telling Jacob, I said, you know how we do, like on the live, we do should they stay, should they go, but we don't really get to go into the in depth of it. So instead of like saying should they stay, should they go, we start talking about okay, what's Stevie Wonder's real history? What's Smokey Robinson's real contribution to the game? Because a lot of people don't know that. They just hear the names and say, oh, well, they done fell off 20 years ago, or Smokey, when the last time he made a hit, and they don't know the history of, like Smokey probably wrote 60 to 70% of everybody's music that was a hit back in the day, if not more.
Same
So
difference.
And,
Somebody
and,
asked
and
me,
make,
should,
making a hit.
should, it, should
Smoke it
yeah,
still probably hit some of their grandmamas.
yeah,
yeah,
and you see how they're trying to do Smokey now. They trying to kill off our whole history. Why ain't that man 90 something years old? You're talking about he's sexual assaulting women and all this. Smokey, come on,
man,
we need to stop.
even if he did he 90, what are you gonna do?
First of all, we talking about Smokey. We talking about pretty eyes, light skinned Smokey. You think Smokey gotta steal some coochie? Come on now. We need to stop this, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all coming on tonight. As always, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the fans out there supporting or whatever and all that kind of stuff. We just gonna keep this. Oh, this gonna be this for anybody that may watch this. It's our last show until after the holidays, so we'll be out for the next 2 weeks until after Thanksgiving, and we'll come back and do like 3 more episodes before the end of the year or whatever. So I just appreciate everybody coming on. See y'all next time. You know what I'm saying? Icon E, King Jacob, DJ Ace Grind. We out.
Peace.
Brown skin girl, and she knew I was out to go.